Okay, right.
mentor.
From experience.
Yeah, from experience. Yeah. However, people who are into coaching are more into this part. They coach people to be able to perform at the best peak performance by unlocking anything that's stopping them from achieving the best. Because it's always been stated that it's not the body that stops the person from achieving things. It's just the mind that stops it. Whether it's breaking that 100-meter thing dash in certain amount of time, if the mind is willing, that's how it will achieve. But if the body says no and you just listen to the body, then that's a different case.
This is so different because my understanding till now was that coaching is something that you do for skills, mentoring is for life.
Yeah.
Mentoring is where you mold the person and take them to the level of self-actualization, whereas coaching is you bring them perfect in that particular skill.
Yeah.
So that is how I have been thinking about it all along till now.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, that's what I just said during some of my trainings as
In
well.
sessions also we have
Yeah.
said something like that.
So what is coaching then? Sorry, this has got the 4 other things, but what's the difference between coaching?
Now this is what consulting, mentoring, training,
Yeah.
counseling, and therapy is. I'm coming to coaching.
Okay.
Yeah, I've explained a bit of coaching already, but I'll come by the next slide. I'll explain that.
Even if you look at a lot of leadership thing and they talk about mentoring and coaching, all of them define mentoring as something that
Life
you know
skills.
to take the person up in life. It is like to upgrade the personality of the person. Whereas coaching, they say it's for that particular job or the work or the area of expertise. So that's how I have been looking at it till now. This is the first time that's a different dimension that I'm looking at it. And that's what ma'am was saying, that in depth when he told us this is what they were referring to. We attended people managers program. That is what they told me this.
It's almost similar to espresso. You know espresso? Before coffee culture came into India, we were a tea drinking country. It was barista and all those groups of like cafe coffee days that actually brought in the coffee culture. But before that we were tea drinking culture. And during those times we had these espressos,
Yeah.
we had espressos. And we considered espressos as what? Milk, yeah? Frothy, almost cappuccino-like kind of coffee as espressos. But once these people came in, we do know that espressos are not.
Only just that
Yeah.
It's like that. Even now, coaching is considered like that. Coaching is considered as trying to coach someone into
Yeah.
building new skills. Trying to train them.
Better
Actually, it's like almost training or mentoring. Whereas coaching is, has got nothing to do with that. It's more to do with self-actualization. So we basically don't give advice, which is very tempting, especially if you come from a consulting background, if you come from a training background. It will be very tempting for you to start saying, "Oh, why don't you just get it?" And you feel like just telling them all the answers.
It's much easier also,
Yeah.
it's faster you feel.
But in coaching, we want them to come with their own answers, their own workout plan. You're just there to facilitate. So it's about facilitating through questioning, giving feedback, and operating as an expert in process and structure. That's the name. Not content expert, but process and structure expert. About how we run our brains for more effective performances. There are some models here which are derived from neurosemantics. And it's also known as the meta-coaching system. It's a very powerful coaching system in the world. There are around 7 models based on 7 coaching dimensions or components. In communication, we have the NLP communication model, and in self-meta communication or self-communication or intra-communication, we have the meta-states model in neurosemantics or meta-coaching. And in change and learning, which is a part and component of coaching, we have the axis of change model, which was again co-developed by Michael Hall and Michelle Dubois from Australia. Then implementation is also another process where solidification of learnings of things, action plans are actually taking place in the real world. Implementation. So we have it in the form of the benchmarking model in the meta coaching system under neurosemantics. Again, developed by both by Michelle Duval and Michael Hall. And systems. In coaching, we do look at systems. So we have the matrix model. It's very powerful. Remember a few days back I showed you the 7 matrices.
Yeah.
So you need to know which areas is this person actually trying to work out or trying to self-actualize in. Is it self? Is it about their attitudes toward others they're working on, their perception about others, or is it about their responsibility, ability to respond to situations, to people around them, or is it about their understanding and limitation in their understanding of different worlds? Okay, so the 7 matrices. And then we also, in coaching as we said, focuses mainly on self-actualization, not on therapeutic, or not on working with people who are going through traumas or needs healing. So since it's all about self-actualization, we have the self-actualization quadrant, again developed by the ISNS leadership team under Michael Hall. And we have different workshops for this.
Okay. Each one only.
Yeah, but however, if you go through the meta coaching system training, you will actually learn all of them. 7 models. Then we have business, which is again under business, because as a coach you need to have a thriving business coaching practice, right? For that we have the matrix business plan based on the matrix model basically. However, all of this, or most of them, will be covered during the second, in fact almost 80% or 70% should be covered in the 3rd module. Now we are covering the first module of meta coaching.
Okay.
Even though you're doing the NLP practitioner, you will also be finishing the first module of coaching essentials. If you finish your master practitioners, you will be finishing the 2nd module.
Oh.
After that, if you want to really get into the field of coaching and say, I want to be a coach, a practicing coach, then you can do the 8 days of ACMC bootcamp, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. somewhere outside. It's happening almost every 3 months outside India. Just wanted to introduce you this so that you know that we have a long way to go. This is just coaching essentials.
Tip of the iceberg.
Yeah, tip of the iceberg.